etc. So they know about dietetics, etc. So you can actually ask for contributions from them, or restrict कर लीजिए एक दो pages, restrict it to 2 pages, maybe that these pages have to be filled up by them. तो अच्छा होगा, उसमें आपका reach बढ़ेगा.
Sangeeta, keep a note of this. This is a very good idea. We can ask
Yes, sir.
teachers.
Yes, sir.
The more people contribute, the more you will have the number of people. Maybe the children will all subscribe, hit, etc., etc. So it automatically get bigger.
Okay, sir.
So Sangeeta, am I going to share the Algusto when we introduce it?
Yes, chef. I will start with the introduction, chef, and then I will introduce you, and then you will start turning the pages and however you want.
I will need a co-host right at that time. No?
Yes.
Yes, chef. I have already given the co-host right.
Thank you.
Okay. Shall we open the room now?
Who is that?
Waiting
Who's
room.
Chef. Mayuri, Miss Mayuri Gomes.
Yes, chef.
Pleasure to hear from you. Samir sir, we go a very long way.
Oh, is that so? How come?
Yeah.
Good.
Mayuri used to work at IndiSmart Hotel.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Good evening, Sanchari ma'am.
Good evening, Chef Kak. I'm actually joining from the mobile. So, that's the reason why there's some internet issue. Good evening to you, Chef Kak, and good evening to Samir and team Goa.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening and all the very best. Looking forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Emmanuel sir is also here.
Yeah. Good evening, Emmanuel sir.
Have that heart. Come on, guys. Once more, give a cheer to Sanchari ma'am. Are क्या हो गया? You guys remember the IHM song, the IHM tag? याद है? Whiskey, soda, lollipop.
IHM on the top.
एक बार लाओ तो जरा जोर से.
We say whiskey, soda, lollipop.
And everybody says
IHM on the top.
No, in next 5 minutes we'll be starting, ma'am.
Come on,
We say that in school.
No, we say that in college. So everybody, whiskey, soda, lollipop.
Yes.
IHM on the top.
IHM on the top.
Whiskey, soda, lollipop.
IHM on the top.
Once more, whiskey, soda, lollipop.
IHM on the top.
Debashish sir has joined.
Manuel sir, good evening. A very warm welcome to Goa.
Good evening, chef. Good evening, everyone. All the best, team Goa.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, sir.
Man, where are you? Why can't I say you?
Good evening, chef. Good evening.
Good evening. Debashish sir, good evening.
Sir, how are you?
Best of luck to all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I can see Emmanuel also.
Iris?
Bhagat is smiling all the way to glory.
Everyone is coming. Everyone is coming. Everyone wants to come to Goa.
Yeah, we have that feel, sir. We have Goa. All right, so Mayuri, let everybody in. It's 4:50. Please let everybody in.
Yes, sir. All right, sir. Done.
Mary, can you send me the backdrop?
Yeah, sharing.
संदीप खाली मेरे को बैकड्रॉप बना दो बस सबको divide और सबको distribute कर देना.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are just 1 minute away from one of the biggest events for teachers. So we are about to start in 1 or 2 minutes. Kindly bear with us for that amount of time. Just give us a couple of minutes, please. While we are waiting, ladies and gentlemen, can I please request you to rename yourself with your real name? I can see a lot of phone names here. If you can please rename yourself with your real names, because it will be easier for us to identify. And I'm sure all of you are extremely excited for the awards that we have. So it would be wonderful if you could please put your right name there so that we can recognize you as and when time comes. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you don't know how to do that, just click on more, click on participants, go to your own name, click on more, and click on rename. If you could just click on rename, it will give you the opportunity to change your own name to your real name. If you could please do that.
घेतले भितर म्हाका
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to our virtual Teachers' Day Awards. On behalf of all of us at IIHM Goa, I would like to wish all the teachers here a very happy Teachers' Day, although belated, and to thank you for your dedication and selfless services to our students, especially during this time of the pandemic. The light of the world, the beacon in the dark, and the hope that gives us strength. A teacher is like a candle, consuming itself to light the way for others. As one looks at the great impact on the growth, the development, and the well-being of a student, I'm sure we would all agree wholeheartedly that teaching is the noblest of professions. Thank you, dear teachers, for always inspiring and motivating us, and for being the wind beneath our wings. I wish you all a pleasant evening. And I would now like to call upon our Director Goa, Mr. Samir Mehta, to address you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Iris. I was wondering how to start talking to some of the most intellectual population of Goa. I thought, why not? Start with the most easy way of doing it and start off with a shlok. So here it goes. Agyan timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. One who draws me out of darkness of unawareness and opens my eyes to the light of knowledge. To that Guru or teacher, I bow down and seek blessings. Good evening, heads of profound institutions of Goa, representatives of some of the pioneers in the field of knowledge. Today, on this auspicious occasion of us celebrating the Teachers' Day Awards, I'd like to start off by reminiscing upon some of my personal experiences as a teacher. God knows that we as teachers have some of the strongest statements which have laid waste to the ill-gotten wisecracks of our students of all generations. I'll give you a few examples, some of the very common ones, which I'm sure some of you would also relate to. Things like, you really think this answer deserves a space in this examination sheet? Or your notebook and your hair both are all over the place? Or those who have forgotten the homework at home, please make a separate line. All the other excuses, please club into one line. Or one of the most common ones, I have never seen such children in my life. I think we all agree that we make these statements pretty often. Not that we mean them. But then as a student, almost every success story that I've had in my life usually stems from my teachers. I'll give you an example. When I was in class 8, I remember it was the final examination and the paper was of science. And me, being the great me, I studied Hindi and I went for the examination. I'm sure you must have guessed, I had a ball of an examination. And afterwards, I had a ball of time with my science teacher. I spent 30 minutes outside her room getting scolded. But you know, being the son of one of the teachers in the same school, I had certain privileges that others didn't, which means I could be in places where other students could not go and be in school at times when other students could not be. So I was there in the school late and I see this science teacher walking to the examination controller's office, collecting the papers, quickly searching for my paper and checking it. Not once, not twice, thrice. I was considered an intelligent fellow. Passing was not an issue. Everyone knew that. But the care that I saw in my teacher's face when she was looking at my paper, that changed the world for me. I was touched. And to be very honest, the foundation stone of what I am today was probably kept that day. That is what teachers do. They pave a way for the next generation to start thinking. In a world where money and power governs lifestyles, a teacher is the only control for a student to experiment morally. And for that, I'm proud to have the privilege of thanking each and every one of you. You see, over the years, I have generally found that a student's mind is like a mirror. It only reflects the information, the image that falls on them. So today, when we look at our students, we realize that our task at IIHM is fairly simple, because you have all set up such a strong moral fundamental foundation.
And again I'm going, let's see.
Come Corona, come COVID-19, the world went into a shutdown mode. Everybody except the healthcare was snatched from a busy job life to a sit-at-home scenario. when everybody was worried about the present, there were still people who were worried about the future. The schools decided to go online. And as one of the foremost institutions, the undergraduate level to accept the blended learning and online learning platforms, we understood the pressure that you must have gone through. Well, you did it. The moral fiber that runs through this body today was so thick that even the COVID-19 could not get the teachers to stop. We learned, we delivered, all in hopes of keeping the future of our little ones safe and their education sound. I'll give you another small example. You know, we are associated with the University of West London, which is, of course, situated in London, in Ealing. And just now, just about 5 minutes ago, we have gotten news that despite everything that has happened, this university, the University of West London, has jumped over 14 ranks to be ranked among the top 35 universities in all of UK. And we have seen the hard work they have put behind it. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, that as teachers, as educators, you know, it is this unique strength that we have, that we do care, we think of the future. To celebrate this unique strength of teachers, International Institute of Hotel Management celebrates the Teachers' Day Awards 2020. To begin, I'd like the pleasure and blessings to invite the chairman and the chief mentor of IIHM Hotel Schools, Dr. Suborno Bose, to open the event for today. Sir, if you please. Dr. Bose?
I think Sir has been muted.
Yes, Samir, good afternoon.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Sorry, I'm a little late, actually, just out of a webinar.
Sir, it would be an honor to hear your words, your views on the Teachers' Day Awards for Goa Chapter 2020.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody, and I hope that a lot of our beloved teachers from Goa region have joined in the Teachers' Day Award 2020. And as we all know, that 2020 is a very, very different year from other year, and it was also a difficult year. It is still a difficult year and a very challenging time for all of us in the education. I think first of all, let me start by welcoming all of you to the Teachers' Day Award 2020 in IIHM Goa. And I'd like to first of all congratulate all of you lovely teachers from all over the state of Goa for coming and attending this TDA, or for doing what you are doing best, actually teaching and giving your best in spite of all the challenges that the pandemic have thrown on our lives. I think it is actually quite proper that we have named this Teachers' Day as a Valiant Teachers' Day. And you will all agree with me that teachers deserves a huge applause today, because in spite of the pandemic, in spite of this total confusion and chaos, in spite of the total pandemic that been shattered the entire life and the economy of the whole world, I think the education has gone on and on and on. And I think just like our front of the house people, like our healthcare workers, like our doctors, the people on the airports, people in the sector like municipality and the police, I think just like them, I think our teachers have been the frontline warriors. I will tell that our teachers are the frontline warriors because they have made sure that in spite of this pandemic, the education never stopped. In fact, they have made sure that the education goes on even in the times when things are not really in their hands. And I tell you what, it's not easy to shift immediately within days and hours into an online teaching mode where the data are scary, where the phone lines are at times can be very, very dicey, and to still carry on the education and teaching from that kind of situation has never been easy. But what we have done, what the teachers have done, I think has been incredible in the educational history of India. If only NEP 2020 has been already been, the policy is already out. So I think two great educational events have happened in India. One is the NEP 2020, which totally changed the way we are looking at education in the next 50 years or 100 years of India. And of course, the second one is the educators who have actually fought the COVID pandemic and became the valiant warriors and made sure that the teaching, the education never stopped. I think all of us at IIHM, not just in Goa, but from all over the world, would like to take this opportunity to salute the teacher and to really bow our head with the utmost humility to say a very, very big thank you for your sincerity, for your honesty, for your commitment, for your dedication, and for your love for your students and your mentees. I think that what makes teacher so special in the world. That works make the teachers, I mean, so important in our society. I mean, we are talking about India going in the next developmental phase of the world, where we are talking about India in the satellite world, India producing some of the best medical practitioners, India producing the best IT brains, and India producing the best research, brilliant scientists. But remember, all of these people are taught by you. It is a teacher who teaches them right from the class 1 to the class 10 and then a class 12 and then in a college and in a university. And these teachers are the people who create this kind of human resource, which makes a country proud, which makes such a difference in a country. I have got only one real small sad thing to share, that in India, the recognition that we give to the teacher are not really equivalent to their contribution. When I go to USA, when I go to UK, when I go to even to Singapore, I find that the teachers are ranked and recognized and respected even much more than the scientists and the doctors. But in India, we have all seen that the recognition given to the teachers are actually much less than what they deserve. I think they deserve the highest recognition. The highest recognition of any country's development should go to the teachers, because without the teacher, a country cannot develop its people, its children, its students, its scientists, its doctors, its army. And it is a teacher that makes all the difference in the life of all of us. And that's the reason at IIHM, we use this very, very popular tagline, which says that because teacher changes lives. And indeed, they do. Not 1, 2, 300, but millions. Teacher changes millions of life, and due to this change, the country prosper. The country becomes a global superpower. So today, in the Teachers' Day week, I'll say, let me once again take this huge opportunity to congratulate all the valiant teachers of our country who, in spite of all these odds, really showed that they are no less than any frontline workers, any frontline professionals, and the people who really during the challenging COVID time came forward and showed their real merit, real commitment, and real dedication to make sure that the education will never stop, be it pandemic, be it a world war, or be it a global crisis. Nothing can be bigger than that. The truth is that without teacher, the world will be an empty shell of illiterate, uncivilized animals called human being. It is due to the teacher that the children get civilization, they get civiled. It is due to the teacher they get the knowledge. It is due to the teachers they get the education. Due to the teachers they prosper in life, and they in their own way contribute to the country. So the teacher's role in the nation building is more than the role of anyone else. And we must recognize this fact that teachers' role in nation building is more than anyone else. And for that, IIHM took this opportunity from 10 years from now, 10 years back, to recognize the huge contribution that the teachers are doing year after year, months after months, day after day, hours after hour, to make sure that India becomes an educated society and not an illiterate society like many other countries. So it is really a privilege, an honor for me to come and speak to all of you, wonderful teacher. Just carry on doing what you are doing best. Just carry on your dedication, the great work which you have been doing. And we are all with you, because we know that because teacher changes life, you are also changing the life of all of us. And it should be the topmost profession of any country. And I'm sure one day in India also, the teaching profession will get the highest recognition. In any case, at IHM, we always give it as the highest recognition. And with that, I once again thank all of you for joining us. I congratulate all of you for joining this huge revolution, and have a great time in the next one hour. And unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, we cannot do a real celebration, but today we are celebrating you. Today is all about celebrating the teachers. We're celebrating the teacher in you. We're celebrating that knowledge in you, which every day you decipher to the thousands of your students. With that, let me once again thank all of you, congratulate all of you, and over to our director in Goa, Samir, for the rest of the program. And thank you very much. Namaskar from myself.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words are the things that actually keep us going. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, let me be very candid and tell you point blank that one of the reasons why International Institute of Hotel Management was able to shift from physical learning into digital learning in a span of 3 days. Yes, you heard it right. In a span of 3 days was only because we had Dr. Suborno Bose, who was pushing us and saying that this is possible. And I think every teacher is driven by the same idea. This is possible. In fact, technology is something that we need to push for, because blended learning is the next thing, the next in thing. And I believe one of the things that we are doing right now is if we did not have technology, then this event would not have been happening. And all of us teachers in Goa would not have been able to get together and look at each other and smile at each other and cheer each other up and ensure that this event, this celebration takes place. I do see some people in chat box who are finding it difficult to hear. May I please suggest that you connect to the audio which is available on the bottom left corner of your screen. There's a mic button with an upward arrow. You will need to click on that and connect to audio. Once you do that, you will be able to hear. On the topic of technology, and not taking a lot of time, I'll give you another example of something brilliant that our parent company did. It is something that I would like to bring forth because it is revolutionary. It is something that broke all ideas. It broke all boundaries of careers. Generally, a student looks at career as a big mountain, as a mountain that he has to cross himself, can be supported, can be helped by different people, as that is the teachers, the parents, the peer group, siblings, but in the end, it is something that they have to do themselves. And I think we all agree to it, that at some point we ourselves say that you'd be better in this, or you should go for this particular career. However, till date, there has been no direct scientific approach to thinking of how careers can be chosen for students. A couple of days ago, Dr. Subodhna Bose launched a revolutionary idea which could help students choose their career scientifically. I'll not speak much about it, but I will show you the video of Dr. Bose launching this great idea, and I think you will enjoy it. So if I can please have the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening from all of us at Team Edugai and Team IBM. I am Subodhna Bose and I am the CEO of Edugai. And here we are. Today is a day we have been waiting for last 2 years. We as a team at IBM and Edugai. Because today we are launching our dream project. Today we are launching a test that's going to change the life of the million and billion of youngsters all over the world. And today, here we are, right at 5 p.m. We are launching ECPT. ECPT. Ladies and gentlemen, ECPT is Edugai Career Predictive Test. Yes, I repeat, Edugai Career Predictive Test. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an investment of 120 minutes that I think any student should do, because this 120 minutes of investment for taking this ECPT, the Edugai Career Predictive Test, will actually tell you which career or which top 3 careers are the best for you. And obviously, for the students' interest, we have launched it at a absolutely nominal pricing. Ladies and gentlemen, let IBM ECPT scientifically predict the best career for your child. Stop before you take a choice whether to become a doctor or an engineer. Get into the ECPT, the Edugai Career Predictive Test, before you take any career decision. ECPT also absolutely and accurately analyzes the student's aptitude and skill and determines the best possible career option. What we do is that we give 3 top career options for the student to choose, which actually matches against the ability of that particular student. And as I said, it is just a 120-minute test. Have to be taken in a desktop or a laptop. So invest in 120 minutes of your life to find out which career is the best to suit you and then choose from that career. Ladies and gentlemen, this test is not just for the students also. This is also equally relevant for a lot of professionals who want to change career track and who want to pursue different career ambitions. For them, if they take this test, they exactly know which career they should go, and they can do some learning, do some courses, and they can actually get and change a career path and can take the top 3 career. For those people, this ECPT is a sure sign of success in their life. Ladies and gentlemen, today is truly an historic day, and you should all invest that 120 minutes of your life, because this is going to change your life, and this is something that the world have been waiting for. So today is a great day for all of us, because today is a dream come true for the entire team at Edugai and at IBM. So let me also introduce you to these amazing people who created this magic test for you, the ECPT from Edugai and IBM. There we go with the team.
ECPT, Edugai Career Predictive Test. Big words, but what does it mean? We all gamble with one of the very important decisions in our life. What's going to be my career? I never had any scientific method of evaluating which kind of career is my son actually projected for. Most of us have seen a movie called Three Idiots. There's one character, I think by the actor was Madhavan, who was in engineering, but he wanted to be, or his best career suited was photography. So this particular problem is something we have envisaged for a very long time, and that is one of the dream of Dr. Bose, that how can we do something by which the students and the parents get an intelligent decision. So it was designed based on IBM's career framework, aptitude, attitude, and aspiration. In these 3 categories, we decided to assess the students.
Interest today may not translate into interest tomorrow, number 1. Number 2, interest is always based on a focus, because when we look at factors or parameters in totality, right across, together, one factor doesn't stand out. They all intermix and come up with some insights which the human mind will find very hard to fathom. And that is where the artificial intelligence kicks in. The overall idea is that we want to create an artificial intelligence mentor that will not be there only when you are in class 12 or in class 10th. Over time, we are going to improvise, we're going to improve, we are going to augment, we're going to bring in a lot of machine learning, and these are some terms that you would have anyways heard, on social media, to improve this, these kind of assets, so that you can start using them right when you are probably even in the 6th or 7th standard. And as you move along, of course, your choices will change, you will evolve as a person, but this will start becoming a guide, over the years with you. So I'm actually happy to announce that, we have IBM, right? We have worked with Dr. Subarna Bose's, enterprise. Dr. Wilma had been involved, as a counselor with significant inputs. We have brought in all of these parameters that I just spoke about, your aptitude, your personality, your interests, right? We have built an AI system which collects all of this together. It mashes up all the data, gets it into an AI algorithm, right? And comes up with multiple choices of what should probably be your, let's say, recommended top choice, or the second choice, or the third choice. And then we do not only give the choices, we also label out why we are saying that this is your topmost choice, or this is your second choice, or this could be a third choice. And again, remember that they are just recommendations. Of course, a final decision that you want to take will be yours over the next few years, where we are, we'll be heading. And there are visionaries, I would say, like, Dr. Bose, who have kind of, figured out that this is how education technology can be used, right? So we have partnered together, we have built something, and you will very soon see, a device like this, or a tool like, or an app like this rather, which will actually come into the market, right, to be used by you. It is not just technology experts, and of course, Dr. Bose talked about cybersecurity professionals. There are IoT professionals, the Internet of Things professionals. That is another area, where how can you capture data through devices or sensors? Then there are the cloud professionals. How do you manage data, which is a huge thing for us today? And of course, your AI. All of these come together, but this is not all. You need people from multiple disciplines to come together. And in fact, when we hire in IBM, of course, the significant part of it are the data science and AI professionals, but we also look at people who are doctors. I myself been involved with a lot of life sciences and healthcare assets. I actually bring medical doctors to help me build those, right? There are programmers who will build the models, but there are medical doctors who actually bring in the insights and say that, yes, these models will work, or these models will not work, or this is how you actually should go ahead and build those models.
The system comprises of various components which require different types of technology to be used. For example, the system has a web component, a mobile component, a number of microservices, machine learning, mathematical components, a lot of this. The system should be able to support both browser application also, and should work as a mobile app also.
Since we all know counseling is a very serious business, and people come to us with really very great expectations of what the future careers they want to have. So when we started with this project, we researched a great deal about it inside and outside IBM, that psychological tools are the major things which are used to assess a person's strengths and weaknesses while choosing their career paths. We went to consulted various psychologists, and we evaluated a number of psychological test batteries.
Our primary concern when developing this project was to uphold the content and quality of data in aspects like its adequacy, integrity, also that we are able to deliver an expert recommendation to our user. Also that we could deliver a transformational user experience without losing out on the essence of the conventional assessments format.
EduGuide Career Predictive Test, ECPT, is a perfect blend of the two. While choosing a career pathway, one must take 3 dimensions into consideration for an overall perspective. First is the aptitude, your innate or natural ability to do something. Next is personality, which is a set of your behavioral, cognitive, or emotional pattern. The third is your interest, that is your preferences, likes, and dislikes. ECPT has been specially designed taking into consideration these 3 dimensions. ECPT is powered by IBM, an AI-driven best career test, which is easily accessible, and you can trust the results as these tests have very high validity and reliability scores. I highly recommend ECPT if you are looking forward to make a well-informed career choices.
So think of a situation. I rewind myself back many years, some 30-40 years back, when I was looking for a career, and there's so many questions that were in my mind, and I was really looking forward to talking to somebody who has the worldview, who can guide me, most importantly understand me and recommend to me what probably is good for me going forward in future. So there's understanding involved, understanding me, giving the right recommendations, having known what is happening in the market and what's going to happen in future.
Couple of important points. One is that data, another is understanding a person, a human being, and third is replacing the career counselor up to an extent. So if I convert those into technology, I would say it's a human-machine interaction, extracting insight via intelligence. And third is the data. These three are the most important assets, or I would say essence of this solution.
Thanks a lot for that. And ladies and gentlemen, this was something that we have just come up with. You need to understand that there is a possibility that there are careers. There are over 40,000 careers that students can today choose from. How many of them can we name is the question. And then there is something scientific that can help the students. In case you want any further information about ECPT, that is Edugai's Career Predictive Test, please check out the chat box. The number is mentioned there. I'm sure you can have a lot of questions. You can always ask them and they will be more than happy to help you. But as we go along, there's something I need your help with. You see, when we decided to go online, when we decided to do blended learning, we came up with a beautiful problem. This problem, whether you like it or not, was how to ensure that the students retain the interest in a subject when they are not permitted to do practicals in that subject for a prolonged period of time. And then my team, the Culinary Arts team, the Culinary Arts Club of IIHM, came up with an idea of hosting an e-magazine. That is a magazine which is actually interactive in nature with the students. The students can actually answer on the magazine itself because it is available online. And that was just one of the steps that we have taken. To give you a brief on what this e-magazine is all about, we have with us Chef Sangeeta Fernandez. Chef Sangeeta, if you could please go ahead and tell the teachers about El Gusto and then how we are going to launch it.
Thank you, Samir sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chef Sangeeta and I head the kitchen or the culinary team in IIHM Goa. Welcome once again to the Teachers Day Award and the launch of our second edition of our e-magazine El Gusto, which is the hard work of our students from IIHM Goa. Over the past 3 months, and no one would believe that this labor of love for food as El Gusto, which is a great achievement for all of us as Team IIHM, has been a great pathway for our students to be together. I would like to mention that this is more than just a food magazine during this pandemic time. This magazine, which is getting launched digitally, thanks to our chairman, Dr. Suborno Bose, talks about coming together from all parts of India and really able to celebrate what connects us rather than what divides us. Our students stays connected and absolutely alert for creating this art of e-magazine for IIHM Goa. This magazine includes puzzle, quiz, articles by our own chefs, food photography by our own students, and many more things which bind us together as a team as chefs. So now I would like to welcome our chef, Chef Sanjay Kak, who is our director of IndiSmart Group, to go through a nice walk away through our article, which is the e-magazine. So over to you, Chef Sanjay Kak.
Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to the Teachers Day award ceremony at IIHM Goa. And thank you, everyone, for joining in. And congratulations again to Team Goa for launching this wonderful magazine, which is in the second edition today. Just before I, start introducing this magazine to you, I would like to tell you that, during the pandemic, it was not only that IIHM went online within a few days with the insistence and guidance of our chairman, Dr. Suborno Bose. We also went into talking about how to get maximum utilization of the, students' energies that, many people were not sure as to how to utilize. And IIHM Goa was a torch bearer in this regard by launching this magazine in 2 weeks' time. And this magazine is really a path breaker. It is something that has really brought a new rush of energy and interest into the students. So it's my privilege to introduce to you the second edition of this magazine called Al Gusto. It is as interesting as it was in its first edition, and I am seeing some wonderful additions in this this edition, the second edition. And to introduce you to this magazine, here it is. And you can see that this magazine is very nicely designed. Everything is done by the students, the designing, the typesetting, and of course, all the introductions and notes, everything has been, even the photography. You can also see that, you know, the magazine has many in-house write-ups that have been completely contributed by the students. You can see that it's got some wonderful games. It has got some trivia about ingredients. There is a wonderful chapter which talks about, you know, the eating habits of foodies, which has again been written by one of our respected faculty members. And wonderful, I like this, you know, one write-up on the super fruit, the jackfruit, which is one of the very, you know, conventional fruits in the temperate climate countries. A wonderful topic, and of course, as Chef Sangeeta was just informing, wonderful pictures, you know, clicked by our own students. And there is a wonderful segment which talks about cooking during the quarantine. And, you know, as, you know, rightly placed, it is called a blessing in disguise, COVID-19. So we don't only look at the negatives of everything, we also look at positives. And then, of course, there is a write-up which talks about the Anglo-Indian food with its historical perspective and the people who brought it and who developed it. And then there is an interview, apart from other, you know, wonderful games and quizzes that have been written. And there are some recipes. What is a food magazine without any recipes? There is also an interview which is basically a tete-a-tete between our chairman sir and the general manager of Taj Sats Air Catering Limited, Kolkata, Mr. Shekhar Mukherjee, which is also going to be, you know, a 10-minute worth it read. And that is about, you know, that is about Al Gusto edition 2. And we would love all of you to read through it, go through it. It is a young magazine. It needs a lot of contributions. It needs a lot of your blessings. And I'm sure, being teachers, you will shower those blessings on this wonderful looking magazine, which the students and of course the culinary team and everybody else at IIHM Goa has contributed so wonderfully. I'm wishing this magazine and everybody at Goa all the very best for the upcoming editions of the magazine. Thank you very much, everyone. And again, thank you for participating, and congratulations to all who are going to be the stars of the day today. We will always be indebted to the teachers community across India and all across the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chef Kak. And ladies and gentlemen, as Chef Kak has mentioned, and this is very special for you as well, we are for the first time rolling out El Gusto to all the schools in Goa. We have been launching this magazine earlier. It was an intra-IIHM magazine. For the first time, we are launching it for every school in Goa. The link to this magazine will be sent to you on your WhatsApps. So it would be wonderful if you can also enjoy the magazine over a cup of tea, because trust me, it's a lot of fun. And it's very general. It's not something very scientific, so you can actually enjoy doing this. Which brings me to the most important aspect of today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are quickly proceeding on to the award ceremony for the Teachers' Day Awards 2020 Goa chapter. To do the honors, I will start myself. As we go along, there is, of course, a lot of schools that have participated, a lot of schools who have nominated, and of course, I'm sure you're aware, this is not a very specific award because there are people who've done so much during the Corona time. And as Dr. Bose had put it, this is Valiant Teachers' Day. This is Teachers' Day for those teachers who have fought and won the battle on Corona to ensure that the education for the children proceeds unhindered. And with that in mind, can we start off with the nominations from the first school that we have? The first school that we have the nominations from is Carmel Higher Secondary School, Novem. Can we please have the names on the slide presentation? Mrs. Manjusha Talwardkar, Mrs. Philomena Thomas, Mrs. Tanuja Sardesai, Mrs. Nina D'Souza, and Mrs. Rita J. Pereira. To felicitate these teachers, I'm so sorry that Sister Maria herself wanted to come, but due to network issues, she may or may not have been able to join us. So she did something special. She recorded an audio for all these teachers. So can we please have the audio of Sister Maria for the Teachers Day Awards 2020.
Teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. The precious years of shaping lives is in our hands. We would be so happy to hear our students say, "You guided me when I was lost. You supported me when I was weak. You have enlightened me all through. Today, what I am is just because of you." Yes, dear Mrs. Nina D'Souza, Mrs. Philomena Thomas, Mrs. Manjusha Talwardkar, Mrs. Tanuja Sardesai, and Mrs. Rita De Pereira, I'm so grateful for each one of you for giving of your best to help the young girls to create their own image and make a mark wherever they are placed. Nothing happens by chance. This pandemic too has brought in a lot of creativity, newness, and proved that you can adapt to any situation. May the Almighty God continue to inspire you to spot the spark within the students, those unique ideas that can make a world of difference, a better place to grow, bloom, and blossom. I appreciate the efforts of the International Institute of Hotel Management to empower and keep the fire of zeal burning through gestures like this. God bless you. Sister Maria Christie, Principal of Carmel High Secondary School, Nove. And unique.
Thank you so much, Sister Maria. And on behalf of all the people receiving the award from the school today, can I please invite Ms. Manjusha Talwardkar to present her thanks. Do we have Ms. Manjusha?
Yes, good evening, everybody. Am I audible? Now, I have got so used to saying this phrase now again and again that I don't know, it's almost like got into our psyche now because of these online classes. Okay, so at the very outset, on behalf of the principal and teachers of Carmel High Secondary Nove, I would like to thank the organizers for this Teachers Day Awards function. I'm aware of the fact that you've been doing this for a decade. I've heard from my colleagues who are felicitated earlier that a lot of effort goes in this program to make it a truly memorable one. But this year is a very extraordinary one, where we are all a part of this virtual celebration. You have very aptly coined the words COVID warrior teacher, because in these difficult times, we do not leave a stone unturned in the process of online teaching, and also make sure that those offline receive whatever is being taught. This wonderful initiative of yours is certainly a pat on our back, inspiring, encouraging, and motivating us to surge ahead, to be ready to face any challenge which comes our way. You are taking lots of efforts to recognize ours. When it comes to life, the critical thinking is whether you take things for granted or take them with gratitude. Once again, I thank each and every one of you. Let me conclude by saying, gratitude is an art of painting an adversity into a lovely picture. Dev Bharat.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Manjusha. And we proceed on, ladies and gentlemen, for the next school. The next school is SES Higher Secondary School, Usgaon, Honda, and is Shripad D. Desai. The nominee is, the person who was nominated, Mr. Desai, is Ms. Vienna Diaz. Can I please request Ms. Diaz to take up the stage and commemorate Shripad D. Desai? Ms. Diaz? Ms. Diaz? Well, I think Ms. Diaz is not here with us, which means Mr. Desai, are you there with us? Mr. Desai?
418177 41.
Samesha, she is there. Vienna Diaz is there. Just a second. She's trying to unmute herself. I think so she's getting into some trouble. Yes.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am.
Audible?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I am Mrs. Vienna Diaz, Principal of SES High Secondary Usgaon, and I have nominated my teacher, Mr. Shripad Desai. My teacher, Mr. Shripad Desai, is the senior most teacher of my high secondary school, a jolly person full of life and enthusiasm. We call him the walking, talking historical encyclopedia because you ask him anything, any historical event in India or anywhere in the world, he is always ready to provide us all the information that we need. Even about the historical leaders, past or present, the present political leaders, he is always ready to give us all the information. I'm very lucky to have such a resourceful person in my staff. Thank you, Shripad sir, for being so knowledgeable and cooperative, helpful and informative. May God bless you with lots of happiness and good health. And thank you, IIHM, for providing this opportunity for my teachers. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Diaz. And that brings us to the next school for the nomination. The next school that has nominated its teacher is Rosary Higher Secondary School. The nominated is Mr. Levin Cardoso. And we request Mrs. Victoria de Souza to please get into the spotlight and talk about Mr. Cardoso. Mr. Souza, if you could please.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be with all of you all. No doubt today's is a different type of setup, but it's a different type of setup, no doubt, but I'm happy to be a part of all of you all today. Levin has, as I know Levin for the last so many years, he has been very cooperative, very hardworking, very dedicated teacher, and always out to help his students. Very motivating, very supportive. So God bless him. I know he's young, he has a bright future ahead. He has a lot of talents in him, and he's a good motivator. So God bless him, and all the very best to all of you. And thank you for giving him this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. D'Souza. That means a lot for you to bless us like that. And I'm sure Mr. Cardoso, who has a long future ahead of him, will also appreciate the gesture. And ladies and gentlemen, we move forward to the next school. The next school is Mushtafan Aryan Higher Secondary School, Hira. And the nominees for this award are Dr. Ketan Anil Sardesai, G. Rafia Begum, and Venetia Fernandez. Can I please request the principal, Mr. Venkatesh Prabhudesai, to speak a few good words commemorating this award to this people.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
So unfortunately, the connectivity is very weak and I will not be able to share my video. I may get disconnected anytime. So I will just quickly go through the details of my teachers, and I also have my appreciation for you. You know, I have been associated with IHM, NUM for last 3 felicitation functions. Fine. And they have been doing it so well, very meticulously and very systematically. I really appreciate you. In particular, this year, even during this pandemic, you thought of this and you're doing it very well. So many congratulations. So I have 3 dynamic teachers. I'm so proud of them. I start with Dr. Ketan Anil Sardesai. He's a doctor by profession and teaching in this unique higher secondary school. Fine. You won't find in any other higher secondary school a doctor teaching biology and English. Fine. This is very unique. And our school is very special in the sense that we don't work only from, we don't want to only from 8 to 1. It's a full day school from 8:45 to 5 p.m., 5:15 p.m. Even during this pandemic, with hardly any break or a vacation, continuously for 2 years. And since this year is a leap year, we work for 366 days a year. So hardly any vacation, we work even on Sundays. That's because we prepare our students not just for the board exams, but also for all India entrance exams like IITs and AIMS. So very special school, and I have a very special teachers. So when I take the teachers, I can't take only MSc BEd teachers. So they have to have the special skills in them. And I'm so very proud of all these teachers who are going to be felicitated today. Dr. Anil Sardesai, coming back to him. So he's MBBS and he's been teaching bio very, with lot of enthusiasm for last 6 years in my institute. And thanks to him and also Mrs. Venetia, who has years of experience and she's with us for past 6 years. Because of them, many students from Aryans would enter top medical institutes in the country, including AIMS and JIPMA. So I think I'm so proud of both of them. I also have Rafia Begum, who's been teaching Hindi with us right from the day this institute was formed, that was 2011, the foundation year. And she teaches so well. See, what happens is students are focusing primarily on physics, chemistry, maths, bio. The languages they have to finish in school itself. So teaches Hindi so well that they don't have to study that at home. And if you see our record for past 6 years, we've been continuously getting 100% results at board level. And our Hindi marks are more than 90 for at least 20 to 25 students. And that happens for all the subjects. And that's happening for a language like Hindi is something amazing. So many thanks again to IHM for felicitating my teachers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prabhudesai. It means a lot to us, the appreciation that you have given to us. And I do hope that our association with you continues for a very, very long time.
Definitely. And it's our pleasure. It's our pleasure, sir.
It's our pleasure as well, Mr. Prabhudesai. And I'd like to actually call upon Dr. Ketan Sardesai to thank Mr. Prabhudesai for this great award. Dr. Sardesai, if you would please.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you. So first of all, I'd like to say that I'm honored that I'm in the presence of so many teachers. It's a rare opportunity amongst, in these days of the COVID pandemic to see more than 4 or 5 teachers and to be in the presence of so many teachers. All I can say is I'm very humbled. Secondly, I'd like to say thanks to you that under such difficult circumstances, you thought of felicitating us. I'm sure that's a great morale booster to all the teachers over here. And it's also a change of scene for all of us. We get to see each other. We get to see all the good work that's going around Goa. And that galvanizes us to move on forward like anything. So about my director, all I can say is that when I came back, I was teaching in the US. And when I came back, I went to a lot of schools. And since I'm a doctor, I think almost every school that I went to, people were saying the same thing. They were saying, why don't you start practicing? And so I think people still can't get over the fact that if you're a doctor, why don't you practice? But my director recognized that I really love to teach. He didn't ask me even once whether I had a B.Ed or not. This whole B.Ed thing was troubling me a lot, because as a doctor I could not do B.Ed, and if I didn't have B.Ed I could not teach. So when I entered Mustapha and Aryan, I had this opportunity to work with someone who had worked abroad, someone with a world-class vision, and very importantly, some of the best students in the state. So I'm very grateful for that as well. And once again, I'm grateful to be here amongst you all. So thank you, VPD sir, and thanks to you guys for honoring us like this. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sardesai. We will move on quickly to the next school. The next school with the nominations is Shri Bhumika Higher Secondary School, and nominees for the school are Anthony Pereira, Lilia Rodriguez Furtado, Santosh Gavas, Ms. Devanti Parak, and Mr. Nitin Nayak. To commemorate, to felicitate these people, can I please request the principal, Dr. Sadanand Hinde, to please come in the spotlight and give us a few words of wisdom. Dr. Hinde, please. Dr. Hinde, Dr. Sadanand Hinde?
119.
I'm sorry, we might have a loss of connectivity there. Dr. Hinde does not seem to be with us. In that case, anybody from Shri Bhumika High Secondary School who would like to just speak a few words? I believe there is a problem there. Never mind, no worries. We will move on to the next school. The next school which has given the nomination.
Hello, sir.
Oh, we have Mr. Santosh Gavas. Mr. Gavas, please.
Yes, I am from Bhumika High Secondary. It's my pleasure to be a part of a wonderful program. First of all, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Sadanand Hinde, sir. He is a very good personality, vibe. He's having a versatile character, and he always want his teachers to be a creator. I believe that he is a right leader because he wants his teachers to be a creator instead of a followers. And I thanks IIHM for giving us opportunity and recognizing the efforts of the teacher. Actually, during this pandemic, and even because of these difficulties also, you are taking so much effort that you feel that teachers appreciated. I thanks from bottom of my heart from Shri Bhumika High Secondary that you are really doing a wonderful job. Because during this pandemic, what I feel as a teacher, the education can be given, but the motivation is the most important right now. And that is what is done by the IIHM. So thank you very much, sir, for giving us the opportunity to express our views. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gavas, and we will keep your words very close to our heart because we also believe the same thing. The next school which has the nominations is Maria Bambina Higher Secondary School from Konkolin, and the nominees from the school are Celestino Albuquerque, Mr. Sagar Prabhudesai, Ms. Anchita A. Pereira, Mrs. Maya Morajkar, and Mrs. Laksha Egel. And to felicitate them, can I please request Sister Fatima Fernandez, the in-charge principal, to take the spotlight and speak about them. Sister Fatima, if you please.
Fatima
Sister Fatima?
Issues, so she would not be able to join, sir. She's having network issues.
All right, then do we have Mrs. Anchita Pereira with us? Miss Anchita Pereira?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
we can. Yes, absolutely, we can, Miss Pereira.
When you practice gratefulness, there is a sense of respect towards others by Dalai Lama. A very pleasant evening to all.
Okay, I believe Miss Pereira's video is stuck. Miss Pereira, we are not able to hear you.
On behalf of Maribam NT and nominating us as COVID warrior teachers, we are grateful and touched that you have appreciated the efforts put by the teachers who have been tirelessly working for the past 3 months to give their best to the students. People are stressed, frustrated, and lonely. Let us be kind, be thoughtful, and be genuine. But most of all, be grateful to God. Start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. God bless, stay safe, and thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Miss Pereira. And like I said, it means a lot to us that you are so motivated. Teachers like you make the future of the students much more brighter and shinier. And we will move on to the next nomination. The next school for the nomination is Mushtafan Sanstha Shri Mahalakshmi Primary School from Bangalore. And the nominees are Rajita Keni, Ms. Shivani Pangam, Dali Prava Swain, Ms. Sushma Dhume, Ms. Purnima Somayaji. And felicitate and please invite Mrs. Gauri Prabhu Kamath, who's the headmistress. Ms. Gauri Prabhu Kamath, if you could please come to the spotlight and talk to us about your team.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Yes, hi. I would like to thank IIHM. I would like to thank Pradnya, who is continuously in contact with me. Pradnya, I've troubled you a lot because I have sent across 10 nominations. I have a huge team. A team who is taking care of primary and pre-primary section. As you know, primary and pre-primary is the basis and the foundation for a child. That's where they learn to socialize. They learn, it's like an anchor where the rest of the learning rests on. Okay, so it was very difficult for me to sieve out these 5 teachers, but they are the strength of the school. They have been in continuous contact with the kids because you know how it is for kids, it is out of sight, out of mind. So I have nominated Mrs. Sushma Dhume, Mrs. Prajita Kini, Mrs. Shivani Pangam, Mrs. Dali Pravaswen, and Mrs. Purnima Somayaji. Mrs. Purnima Somayaji have been with pre-primary children for a very long time. Teaching pre-primary through video mode is the most difficult thing. It's most difficult for the parents, you know, because we are more as a mother for them and not as a teacher in the school when they are so small. So Dali Prava teacher, she's doing an excellent work with her maths. Sushma teacher is doing her excellent work with English. Then Prajita teacher is doing work with Konkani and mathematics. And Shivani teacher is for social studies. So these 5 teachers are working in continuous contact. They have changed the methodology of teaching. So I really appreciate their work. And the team is more bigger. So I'm feeling bad that I'm unable to appreciate the other teachers are not here, but still I thank you, Pradnya. I thank you, IIHM, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kamath. It means a lot to us that you feel so happy. And I do understand the should I say, the doubt and the problem that you might be facing, because I too have a very large team. And trust me, it's very difficult to choose.
And all have equally worked, Samir, because they have, it's very difficult. Being in touch with small children, they are missing us a lot, and we are missing them a lot. And we are sending videos, we are not in touch with them through the online mode where we can see them. They have they have grown. we are unable to recognize few kids, and it's really getting difficult for the teachers, but they are doing a great job. Going from a traditional mode to this blended learning itself is very difficult, because the methodologies are so adjusted. We evaluate, every year we evaluate and we evolve. So this is somewhere we have evolved on a very different front when we are online. So we are learning and we are also evolving. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And on behalf of all the nominees from Mustafa Ansar Tashti Mahalakshmi Primary School, can I please invite Ms. Sushma Dhume to thank Ms. Kamath for nominating them. Ms. Sushma? Ms. Sushma?
I guess she must be having some network issues. If you can ask for some other teacher, maybe teacher Purnima.
Yes, Ms. Purnima is there. I can see her. Ms. Purnima Somayaji.
Sir, her video and audio is off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably come back. We'll come back, Ms. Kamath, because we will have to proceed on to other schools as well.
Definitely.
We will come back.
Thank you. Okay. No problem. Thank you.
So we move on to the next school, ladies and gentlemen. The next school for the nomination is Our Lady of the Rosary Higher Secondary School. And nominee is Santa K.N. Santa K.N. has been nominated by the principal, Sister Janet Almeida. Can I please ask Sister Janet Almeida to talk about Santa K.N. Sister Janet Almeida, can we please have you in the spotlight?
Yes. I am, 1 minute, I'll just unmute.
You're unmuted, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yeah. Miss Shanta is our very excellent teacher teaching mathematics. And I am very proud of her because she is very motherly. Mathematics is a very hard subject for our children, but she makes it sure that it is becoming very easy. And she takes extra effort. She remains after the school with students who are very, very weak, spends a lot of time without lunch, and she is very good. Her whole family is a mathematics family. Her husband, her mother, her children have taken mathematics. So she is every time mathematics person. You don't have to ask her anything. She just tells whatever has to be in mathematical way. And our one student who did not come for the board, didn't want to come for board exam, she went to her place and she made her prepare to answer the board exam. And imagine that child got 96 in board exam in mathematics. So she is so much interested, personally interested in teaching the students and very much concerned about them. And I am proud of her, very humble, very simple in her attitude. And really, I can say I am very happy principal having such a teacher, because she makes difference in my institution, our institution, I can say. I am really happy that she is receiving this award. She really deserves it. Thank you for calling us here. Giving this opportunity to be on your platform here in IIHM. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Sister Janet. It means a lot. And having teachers like Ms. Shanta actually makes a lot of difference. And you can take it from somebody who does not like mathematics. I'm so sorry, but mathematics is one subject I have never been able to fathom. The depths of numbers and algebra, trigonometry was still something I could look at. But we'll quickly move on to the next school. The next school to get the nominations is Damodar Higher Secondary School, Guripadoda, and the nominees are Jam Khandikar, Aniket Anand Borkar, Nolan J. Silva, Miss Lenisha Almeida, and Melissa D'Souza. And then we have Mr. Arvind Kulkarni in the spotlight, please. Mr. Arvind Kulkarni. Mr. Arvind Kulkarni.
Sorry, he's not there. Mr. Arvind.
In case of absence, can I please request Ms. Jovita? Ms. Jovita has been a great friend of the institution. So Ms. Jovita, can you please come on stage, come on under the spotlight and talk to us?
Yeah. Good evening to you all. Am I audible, ma'am? Am I audible, sir? Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A very good evening to you all. The influence of a great teacher can never be erased. I would start with a quote by saying so. We have got 5 teachers who I must say are young, dynamic, and dedicated teachers. And we are truly blessed to have this young crowd with us. And to just express myself, I would say, as I express my gratitude, I must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them, by J.F. Kennedy. And I would like to appreciate IIHM, that is International Institute of Hotel Management, which is one of its kind, who has been acknowledging the teachers for the past many years. And I've been associating with this institute for so many years. And I must say, I would like to thank the directors, Pradnya, who've been always with us. This is something which is nice. This is one platform for the teachers where you're acknowledging the hard work, the dedication. They've been putting up, the sacrifices they've been putting up. And by felicitating them, it will boost their moral and it will still give them more courage and encouragement to go forward with whatever work they've been doing. Thank you once again. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jovita. And as usual, it's wonderful to hear from you. However, to express the thanks on behalf of the entire team from Damodar High School, can I please request Mr. Venkatesh Jam Khandikar to be in the spotlight? Mr. Venkatesh, if you're there.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. Good evening to all those who can hear me and wherever you may be. Okay, I wish to express 2 magical words that convey the power of thank you. These 2 words express gratitude, humility, understanding, and acknowledgement. I'm very thankful and indebted to the International Institute of Hotel Management for sponsoring this award. And without discounting the importance of my principal, Sri Arvind Kulkarni, and the vice principal who spoke just now, Mrs. Jovita DeCosta, who are instrumental in proposing my name, along with 4 of my colleagues, though my name wasn't taken, but it's okay. And many congrats to all other teachers too, from other institutes who have backed the award. These awards actually alleviate the benchmark and propel the teachers to perform to their full potential. As I believe in your director, what he said a little earlier, that teaching profession creates other professions and not vice versa. I'm happy to be a teacher and proud of my entire teaching fraternity. As it's time to draw curtains on this Thanksgiving ceremony on behalf of our principal, vice principal, and everybody from Damodar Higher Secondary, Guripadoda, I would like to say goodbye to all, hoping to see you all soon. Until any such time, it's ciao, sayonara, and the efforts of IIHM are highly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jam Khandikar. I am extremely sorry you felt that your name wasn't taken. Yours is the first name on my list, sir. So I can assure you I will not miss that. Anyways, we'll move forward to the very next school. The next school for the nominations is St. Andrews. And the nominees are Ashley S. Pereira, Ms. Amanda Juliet D'Souza, Ms. Preeti Kudarkar, and Ms. Frezia Pereira. We also have Ms. Elena T. Rodriguez. Let's take all of these people before I please request Mr. Mariano Valadares, the principal, to please take the spotlight and talk to us. Mr. Valadares, if you're there with us, sir.
So he's not
Mr.
connected.
Mariano Valadares. I believe that there may be a problem there. So we'll move on to the next school. The next school which has presented the nominations is Mount Litera Z School, Goa. And the nominees are Sofia Dorado, Genoveva Lopez, Ms. Priscilla Priyadarshini, Ms. Shivani Saxena, and felicitate her team members. Ms. Sandhya Venkatesh, please come to the spotlight. Ms. Venkatesh, if you could please unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really proud to be here and thankful to IIHM. All the 4 teachers are the backbone of my school. It is very rightly said by John Dewey that education is not preparation for life, but education is life itself. And these 5 teachers are playing a very important role in imparting education. Ours is a very new school. This is just the 8th year, and we have been flourishing. And thanks for the recognition, IIHM. Highly indebted. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Ms. Venkatesh. And on behalf of all the team members that have been nominated, may I please invite Ms. Priscilla Priyadarshini to express her thanks to Ms. Venkatesh.
Every teacher became a tech savvy overnight. We may teach in a room or on a Zoom. Our lives may change, but we will never stop. Education never stops because teachers change lives. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ms. Priscilla Priyadarshini from Mount Litera Z School. To be considered for IIHM award is a great honor and a privilege. I would like to thank all the teachers who have taught each one of us here and made us what we are today. A special mention to our dynamic principal, Ms. Sandhya Venkatesh. Ma'am, we are gratified and humbled. On behalf of Mount Litera Z School, we express a heartfelt thanks to IIHM and the organizers. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ms. Priscilla. And we move on quickly to the next nomination. The next school to have nominated its employees, its teachers, is the Kamakshi Education Society's Higher Secondary School. And the nominees are Holly Abraham, Tera Pai, Namdev Nayak, Anil G. Raut. And to felicitate them, may I please request Education Society's Higher Secondary School. Please take the spotlight. Can we please have Mr. Parmeshwar Bhatt?
Sir, he's not connected.
So he's not been able to come.
No problem, Mr. Brahim. So in his lieu, if you could just say a couple of words and then we'll move on to the next nomination. Ms. Abraham?
I am deeply grateful that our principal, Mr. Parmeshwar Bhatt, has nominated 4 of us teachers for these awards. That is Mrs. Shaila Tupki, who is an extremely dedicated chemistry teacher. She always goes the extra mile for our students. We also have our physics Mr. Anil Raut, who is very tech savvy, and we always go to him with program organization difficulties, and especially nowadays when we have gone online, he's of a huge help to us. And we also have Mr. Namdev Naik, who is a BS teacher, and he is truly inspirational in the sense that he is very much dedicated to social service, and you always find him helping the students as well as the public in whatever way he can. Then we have our bio teacher, Mrs. Ranjana Naik, who the students just simply love her lectures, and she does everything to engage the students with her lively lectures. And I am Molly Abraham. I teach English and psychology, and I like to tell my students how to deal with the pandemic and reduce stress and deal with it in a positive way. And I also am deeply honored that we were selected and we were able to attend your virtual meet today. And I thank the organizers and the IIHM Institute for honoring us, as we teachers have gone through a lot of trials and tribulations to overcome we were not very tech savvy to begin with, but now we have overcome that hurdle, and we are proud to say that we can have online GMeet classes to help our students get on with their education. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ibrahim. And we'll quickly move on to the very next nomination. The next school to be nominated is St. Thomas Higher Secondary School, Aldona. And the nominees are Gurdas Malik, Ms. Sylvia Nora Pereira, Ms. Natalie Filomeno Figueredo, and Mr. Prathamesh Pandekar. And to felicitate them, can I please request Father Gerard Sahairaj to take the spotlight?
Good evening to one and all present here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Indeed, we are privileged and we are grateful to the IIHM for honoring our teachers on this platform in this time of pandemic. And I'm sure this felicitation and appreciation of the teachers will go a long way for boosting their image and also to appreciate their hard work that they're putting in. I would like to say just a few words about the teachers who have been nominated. We have Sir Gurudas Malik, the senior most teacher who has just retired, superannuated, but then he has been the backbone of the school right from the inception of the school, 28 years. And he has been teaching accountancy and secretarial and SP. So he has been teaching these subjects so much that this year we have the student from our higher secondary who has stood first, the highest marks in SP in the state of Goa. And the accounts also, they have been doing well. And we have teacher Angelica Mendes, who is the teacher in history and English, who is teaching English and history. And we are proud that the student who studied in the school 2 years back had scored 100 out of 100 in history and has stood first under the guidance of this teacher. And she continues to be of great service. We have teacher Natalie Proenza, who is the psychology teacher of the higher secondary. This year we had in the 12th standard exam board examination 2 students from our higher secondary who had scored 100 out of 100 in psychology in both the 2 students, and she had been the motivating factor to almost all the students. And we have teacher Sylvia Pereira, who is the sociology and English teacher, and she too has been doing a wonderful job, was the class teacher of the 12th standard, and 100% we had in the arts section, and also the teacher who had been the motivating factor in scoring 100 out of 100 in sociology of the students last year. And we have Sir Prathamesh Bandodkar, who is the vocational teacher, catering and restaurant management teacher, that he has been a teacher for quite a few years here now, and that he has got a various experience being on the ship, going around, and so he carries his varied experience in helping the students to learn and thus motivating them and being the motivating factor in the vocational stream, especially. And these 5 teachers are only a representative of all the other teachers because we could not nominate more than 5. And hence we have nominated 5. If we could, we would have nominated more. Anyway, we would like to thank and appreciate the teachers for their hard work and for all that dedication and the commitment that they show. And we also would like to thank the IIHM once again for creating an opportunity to make this event possible, wherein the teachers are appreciated and the teachers are made to feel that they are important in this society. Thank you very much for creating an opportunity and honoring our teachers and giving this opportunity too. Thank you very much and God bless each one of you.
Thank you so much, Father Gerard. We will now move on to the next school to have given the nominations is Santa Cruz Higher Secondary School. Costa, Hazel Fernandez. I can't see the principal, Mr. Dennis Sir. Sir, if you're there, if you could please come to the spotlight. I am sorry, I think he's not there. So any of the nominees, if you would like to say a couple of words, if you could please come into the spotlight.
Good evening. I'm Shirley DeCosta, and on behalf of the 3 of us who are nominated, as Father Gerard said, we just represent the other staff members of our higher secondary who are equally dedicated, committed, and committed to our craft and our profession. So we just represent the rest of the staff members of our higher secondary. And we'd really like to thank the IIHM for acknowledging our hard work as teachers, not only us, but all teachers all over Goa. We have always done this over the years, and it's really heart-rendering. I thank you on behalf of our principal, our management, and the teachers for acknowledging our hard work and dedication and our commitment to our vocation and our mission. God bless you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, we keep that motto very close to our heart. And we'll quickly now move on to the next school for the nominations. The next school with the nominations is Keshav Smriti Higher Secondary School, Alto Dabolim. And the nominees are Mrs. Gauravi Raikar, Mrs. Francie Vegas, Mr. Yogesh Bhai Mandrekar, and Mr. Gaurav Nayak. Mr. Sapnesh Gaonkar. And to felicitate them, may I please request Mr. Shankar Gaonkar, the principal of Keshavmurthy Higher Secondary. Mr. Gaonkar, if I can please have you under the spotlight. Mr. Gaonkar?
Sir, Mr. Shankar is not connected.
All right, in that case, any person, any representative of Keshav Smriti Higher Secondary School, if you're online, if you could please unmute and take the spotlight. Oh, I guess that will not be possible. So we move on to the next nomination. The next nomination is from the school, Shri Bhumika High Secondary. Gaonkar, Bangala Madan, Sri Taneshwar Kamal Kantari, and Mr. Premant Bhai Nayak, and Mr. Diwakar K. Bose Nayak. Can we please have Ms. Geeta Gaonkar, the principal of High School, please take the spotlight and talk to us. Ms. Gaonkar, you're audible, but very barely. If you could please keep the mic or the device slightly closer to you.
Good evening, everybody present for the meet. First of all, I would like to thank IIHM, Institute of Hotel Management. It is India's largest hospitality education chain which they have to do. Teachers are the real nation builders. Teachers' duty is to guide, support, and give them confidence, the child in their care. Teachers, students' backbone. Every student to become a better human being, to make society a better place to live in. A teacher is always called the captain of the ship because it is because of them we can reach our destinations and fulfill our dreams. A teacher is a friend, a guide of our life, who also imparts good values in us. Teachers take their best efforts to turn the students into responsible citizens. Teachers play a very important role in each one of our life. So our school, Sri Bhumika High School, is established in the year 1982, having a strength of 500 students and 45 staff members. Almost all the staff members are devoted, and our school is in rural area, and students fully depend on the teachers for guidance. Today, for felicitation, I nominated 5 senior most teachers who have completed about 30 years, more than 30 years in the service. First one is Mr. D.K. Tari, Dhaneshwar Tari, appointed in the year 1984 till date. He has been working today. His teaching subjects are Hindi and History. Have been working for the last 36 years. Much interested in music, sports, arts, even tabla vadan. He is also a poet. He has written several poems also. Then Srimati Sangeeta Naik, appointed in the year 1986. She has been working. Her teaching subjects are Hindi and social science. She has been working since last 34 years. She is the best singer, also a best dancer. Mr. P.Y. Naik, 1987. He has been working since last 33 years. His teaching subjects are history and Marathi. He likes Nat Sangeet, also an actor. Mr. D.K. Postnaik, 1988. He has been working till today for the last 32 years. His teaching subjects are mathematics and science. So all Mrs. Mangala Korgaonkar, appointed in the year 1992. She has been working since last 28 years. Her teaching subjects are Hindi and History. So I am very much proud of our teachers because all our teachers are sincere, hardworking, devoted teachers. Our teachers conducted special classes, remedial classes, and also night classes to improve the results. All these teachers brought 100% results for several years in their respective subjects, and all prepared the students for different competitions and brought parents to our schools in different competitions. So I thank again once again for IIHM, and if you permit, I would like to sing one stanza of song which is dedicated to the teachers. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So with your permission, I'd like to call Mr. Divakar Postnaik to thank you for nominating him and the others for this award. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was lovely. That was fantastic. Now, can I please have Mr. Divakar Postnaik to thank you for the nomination for him and his other members of the team. Mr. Divakar, if you're there.
Sir, he's not connected.
All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on to the next school for nominations. The next school for nomination and the third last school for the nomination. And the nominees are Swati Prabhu Shastri, Dr. Kunja Priolkar, Mr. Lorenzo Pereira, Ms. Amita Singh Kaulkar, and Ms. Anita Morajkar. Can I please have Mr. Jose F. Gomes, the principal, to please felicitate his team members?
Hello, good evening to one and all. Am I audible? Hello?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Say, I have been, this one, I have nominated following teachers. Most teachers, Swati Prabhu Shastri, Dr. Kunja Priolkar, Anita Morajkar, Lawrence Pereira, and Amita Singh Kaulkar. These are the teachers nominated by me for the award, and now they are sincere, hardworking, dedicated, and humble teachers in their duties, and they have brought good result. Always they bring good result to our institute.
Oh, I think we lost the connection there with Mr. Jose. All right, we will unfortunately not be able to wait while he joins back because we have 2 more schools to go. And the next school with the nomination is R.M. Salgaonkar Higher Secondary School, Margao. And the nominees are, can I please have the nominees on the screen? Ms. Rashmi Shirodkar, Ms. Apurva Bhagoi, Ms. Subhita Ms. Alice Rodriguez, and Mr. Divakar Kumarpant. Can I please have Ms. Cynthia Branches, felicitate your team members. Ms. Cynthia Branches, please. Ms. Cynthia, if you're there, if you could please come into the spotlight.
So she is not there.
In her absence, can I have any representative of RM Salgaonkar to please take the spotlight? I believe we have a problem with the network over there, and well, it's Goa, you can't help it. The next and the last school for the award today is Our Lady of Succor Higher Secondary School, Nagoa, and the nominees for this school are Virawat Pereira de Andrade, and Sandra D'Souza. Nominate them. We have with us the principal of Our Lady of Succor High School. So, yes, can I please have you under the spotlight?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
I would like to compliment IIHM for the thought of felicitating teachers, because in India as such, even though we are famous for our old gurus, but the respect for the teacher is much less. I appreciate IIHM for this wonderful work. And we must remember that these teachers, they really work hard. Now we have teachers from the primary section, 2 of them who have worked over 3 decades, that is Mrs. Medina Fernandez and Mrs. Sandra D'Souza. And the other teachers of the secondary section, Mrs. Onsimandis, Mrs. Vishaka Kandaparkar, and Mrs. Mirbath Rodriguez. They are the teachers who are grooming the secondary students for over 2 decades. Now it's actually a pleasant task that these teachers carry on with dedication and sincerity. And it is only that these type of teachers can build the future citizens. Our school actually for the past over 25, 30 years that we have been in the limelight for securing more, say 100%, over 20 times for the high school results. And we groom them not only in studies, but also in all aspects, even though it's a rural school, but we are happy with the work the teachers are putting, and that's the reason we're happy that the teachers are felicitated. I appreciate your efforts, and that will go a long way to help others, to motivate others, and to be actively inspired for this teaching. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Diaz. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to a closure of the award ceremony. And please do not just think that we have called you just for your names, because definitely all the certificates will be reaching your school very, very shortly. You are the people who make the future. And that means a lot to people like me. Like I said in the beginning, it means a lot when you have a teacher who can actually guide you. A teacher who holds your hand, a teacher who takes care of you, a teacher who understands. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, since you are the, what should I say, you are the lamp holders. You are the people who make sure that the future generation understands everything that is going on in the world. And that's why it makes a lot of sense. So as a vote of thanks, I would like to first of all thank Dr. Suborna Bose, the chairman and the chief mentor of IIHM. Sir, it was truly humbling to have you here with us and talk to us about your ideas about how to ensure that education can move forward. I would take this opportunity to thank Chef Sanjay Kak. Chef Kak, thank you for taking the time out and launching the El Gusto magazine once again, and this time for the entire state. And as we move along with your blessing, I'm sure we'll be able to do this in the entire nation and not just stop there.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor being on this program, and I'm really honored to share space with the stars of the day, and of course with such senior teachers. My pranams to all of them.
Thank you so much, Chef. Thank you so much. And most of all, I'd like to thank the principals of all the schools who participated for the award ceremony today. The teachers, like I said, with you, education always moves forward. But I have kept one special team for the last. And this team, ladies and gentlemen, is my team. These are the people who have worked tremendously hard, fought everything that came in the way to ensure that this event could be organized online. As you're very well aware, you know, we have always foreseen that Goa has sometimes or the other, some sorts of network issues. There are so many other things that need to be looked after. But my team, the team that went on a spree to ensure that every school participated. Trust me when I say every school that we called participated. It means a lot to us. And for that, I have my entire team to thank. I have my marketing team, which is Pradnya, Iris, Mohit. I have my kitchen team led by Chef Sangeeta, Chef Shruti, Chef Shomadip, Chef Pratiksha. My team of faculty. I have faculty of management. I have faculty of front office. I have faculty of food and beverage service. And my administration. I have faculty of accommodation operations. All my team worked really hard, not just for this event, but they, just like you, have been working exceptionally hard ever since the lockdown started to ensure that my students' motivation, as one of you pointed out, would not go down. They worked really hard to ensure that the entire teaching phenomena of IIHM changed. And for that, my team, I'm really thankful. Ladies and gentlemen, it was wonderful to have such a beautiful meeting with you. It was wonderful to get to know you one-on-one. And we will carry this forward as we take this forward, because Teachers Day Awards is here to stay. We will continue, and next year we'll see you again with the same event. But before you go there, we have a lot of other things planned out. We have something called the Teacher Chef competition, which we organize every year, and it is coming on very shortly. So please put on your chef caps, please put on your aprons. We will come back to you individually, and we will make sure that you cook, and whether you like it or not, we will have our chefs taste it. And my chefs, best of luck to you. Teachers, best of luck to you. Signing off from the Goa chapter of the Teachers' Day Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for participating. Thanks a lot. We will all log off now. Thank you.